Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this special edition of the What Pentagram podcast. And I say special because Colin is AWOL. He is missing in action. He is dead. Sort of. KIA.
Aw.
Rest in peace.
KIA, man!
Aww. Nah, Colin is doing something. I don't know what. But he's got here, so I'm doing it on my own today. This very lovely Friday.
Right? You could go outside and actually do something with your life.
Nah.
Who does that these days?
I would. It's like, what, 50 degrees out? 60 degrees out now?
It's probably around the 60s, dude.
I'm gonna check the forecast.
Uh,
Alright, so why don't we all introduce ourselves? I'm Dylan.
I'm J.A. Winner, Jason.
I'm a person.
That worked great.
I'm a person.
Alright, AJ's a person today.
Mm-hmm.
Alec, are you a person today?
No, not today. Today I'm not a person.
Not today, die! It's a great Boy Scout
Today
reference.
I am just a lackey. So, I'm an ass.
Oh. Isn't that every day of the week? Sorry, Alec, I don't mean to be so mean.
No, it's fine.
It's currently 52 degrees out. That's pretty good.
Should probably go, throw my frisbee with my dog later. Maybe. This. I don't know. But, yeah, so what are we gonna talk about today, Dylan?
Alright, so we got some pretty interesting stuff to talk about, but first let's very mysteriously plug the project. Bum bum bum.
Mm-hmm.
So today we're going to begin work on a large section of the project, and Jason, we're going to need you for that, and Alec, we're going to need you for that, and AJ, you can be there if you want.
Yay.
Yeah, so,
Cut it off.
very, very mysterious. Looking forward to that tonight, though. What else should we talk about? We should probably plug Leona's amazing animation. Insert picture here.
Yay.
So, for all, Jason, I don't know if you've seen it yet. Have you seen it yet?
No.
Alright, so, we hired an animator recently, and her name is Leona. And,
friend or just a random person?
she's a friend of Alex, and she harassed me last year, so I know her. That counts
Oh.
for something. So, she animated a portion of Podcast 1, and it's hilarious. It's amazing. Mostly because I look really good in it.
Huh.
Yeah. It's me talking to myself, basically.
What the fuck?
This is interesting.
Don't ask. I think that was commercial because I'm on a site right now. Sorry.
The commercial is calling Jason.
Apparently it was Chrome. Chrome commercial.
Doesn't Chrome, like, make their own phone?
That's what I thought. Apparently they sound like Apple. Go figure.
That's weird.
Yeah, weird.
So,
Anyways, continuing on.
So, last week on the podcast, we went on for, I'd say, a good 45 minutes, and you would never know it, but we only had 2 topics of discussion, and we didn't even get to our second one.
Well, I think that's because we were, like, basically messing around mostly.
Well, we really could have done a better job, answering it, but, I want to talk to you guys about something interesting. It's an interesting concept. A lot of companies have been trying to branch out and put technology in your clothes and stuff. What do you guys think about the Google glasses?
Oh my god. Dude, you know they're 150. My friend's going to Hackathon this week. They're selling there, but it's 150.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
but
pretty
when they
cheap.
sell it out to the public, it's going to be half that price.
Oh, that's not cheap then.
Yeah, it's bullshit. So my friend told me this, and I'm like, why would they? I know they want a profit, but
Why would they go to such extents for a profit?
yeah, like I'm just like, it's not right, man. It's not right.
I think the Google Glass is wonderful, and I mean, supply and demand. A lot of people are going to buy it. You have to jack up the price because it costs you more to manufacture as many.
Hold on, just a sec. I gotta see what these look like first of all.
Their glasses.
It's like, it looks or not where it,
Oh, basically there's like a computer inside your glasses.
yeah.
Oh wow.
I think they should stop trying to make it smaller and start working on bigger things like, virtual reality gaming.
They have, you know that, right?
Microsoft gave up on that. They missed that boat.
What?
We want to talk about
No,
what.
there was this thing where I remember during one of the really really hyped up what was it? I forget. Comic-Con, maybe San Diego. I might be wrong, but they had this headset thing. One company, it was like a random one. One company had it, and it was like this headset. Now you put it in a game, and then you actually get to play it as if it's like actual virtual reality, and you're in there. Like there's this one that looked like kind of like Halo.
Huh.
And but it was like really bad graphics though. But if they funded it more, they could probably make it better. So basically, you'd be the one playing Halo, not the controller.
Huh. That's
That sounds like the Oculus a lot.
yeah. It sounds like the Oculus Rift. You know, like the concept.
Yeah, but it still could work. Like I've seen it work.
So we should.
That's
I don't know how relevant this is now because I haven't been following the story. This is a while ago. I think it was back in December they were talking about how the Oculus Rift, the company that makes it, stopped making it for at least a while because the company that
Oh
made.
yeah, it was Oculus Rift actually.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Uh,
But they stopped making the Oculus Rift for a while because one of the parts in it, the company that was making the part like ran out of the parts and like materials to manufacture it and stuff. So they either needed to find a new supplier or give them like more money to build it and stuff, and it would take a while. I don't know where that story went, but regardless, I thought that was interesting.
oh, that sucks.
I don't think Oculus Rift has much longer before it's bankrupt.
Yeah, to be honest though.
So Sony's Project Morpheus, like Sony can just throw money into this thing and not care. Oculus can.
Yeah.
I mean, let's look at this here. Sony could actually pull it off if they wanted to.
Agreed.
Sony
We all know
is
this.
pulling it off.
Yeah, with like the 3D. Wait, was that the company that did the 3D glasses TV stuff already?
I think
Or
Sony
no.
tried that too.
I thought Sony did that already with TVs. Like they have
Yeah,
it.
but
They
those
come
TVs
with like
phased
3D
out
glasses.
real quick. They were shit. They phased out.
Oh, did they really?
3D TVs? They were like a huge thing for like 2 months, and then every company was like, "Shit, we're losing money."
I'd say a little longer than 2 months, but yeah, they weren't. They were around less than a year before they were gone.
Yeah. To be honest, it wasn't really that much of a worthwhile thing.
The 3D wasn't good enough. People expected more than they got, so no one wanted it.
True.
Yeah. So, I don't know, Google Glass, interesting concept. I like the Samsung watch idea. I wish they would lower the price and maybe make it so that way you don't have to link it to a phone. Or, like, you know, it doesn't have to have the phone qualities. Like, if I could have, maybe not an iPod quite like that, but something along those lines, I'd like it a lot more. Like, if it didn't have to have, like, the internet connectivity. Or the service, rather, to work.
Wow. I ran out of things to say now.
Yeah, I did too.
Colin's not here, man.
I can move on. Yeah, Kyle, it's sad, but we're gonna move on. I'm just going through a list real fast, so I'm gonna move on to our next topic. Maze Runner. Anybody remember reading that book?
That sounds familiar.
No.
I don't read.
I still read books. Like,
Depends on the book. It has to be a good book, otherwise I don't give a shit.
Maze Runner was okay. It wasn't the best book. I think we had to read it in 8th grade or something, but I read it a little while ago. I'm
Am
not.
I the only Percy Jackson fan still here then?
Yeah, I don't read that series anymore either. They've gone on too long with that. It's a nice thought to like think about like the series is continuing and stuff, and they're gonna keep adding, but nah.
They should have ended with like that last book.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
Like, let's be honest here. I forget what the book's called. I think it's like Last Olympian, right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, that book, it was epic. Alright, don't get me wrong, it was really good. But when I saw they were going to do another thing, I'm like, oh my god, and then I started to read it a bit, and I'm just like, no, stop. This is like, there's going to be a train wreck. It's not worth it, man.
So So this Maze Runner book, right? It's about this guy, and he wakes up in this like jungle wilderness thing, surrounded by people or whatever, in this camp, and he has no recollection of who he is. And there's this maze, and every day the maze opens, and then at night it closes, and like at the end they find out it's like some spoiler alert. Assuming that I have the plot right and I remember anything about the book. At the end, I think they find out it's all like one giant-ass science experiment to like figure out who the best kids are. Maybe. And I think they set up for a sequel, but I don't know if that sequel was ever written. I'm assuming not, because I don't remember reading it or ever hearing about it, so... But they're making a
Maze
movie.
Runner 2, Maze Harder.
Maze Walker. They're making a movie about it. I thought that was noteworthy, to say the very least. So, let's keep moving along in the area of movies. Anybody go see that Captain America movie that comes out on the 4th of April?
I probably might. Let's be honest here.
I think I am, yeah.
I'm gonna go see it.
But let's be honest here. We all know who that guy is.
I don't. That's because I don't read the comic books.
Oh, I'm not saying anything then. I know who he is already, so...
In the trailer, they make it very clear that Nick Fury dies. Any thoughts on this?
It's Samuel Jackson, you only think he's dead.
Yeah, like Coulson in the original Avengers movie, because in the if you look on the cast list for the next Avengers movie, I think it's like the Age of Ultron or something.
No.
What's his name is in it? Who plays Nick Fury? I forgot his name.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson. He's in it. He's in the cast. I don't know if that's in a flashback or what, but like they revived Coulson. They explained how they did that in the S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show, the one episode I've seen of it. And if they could bring Coulson back from the dead on Fury's orders, I'm assuming they have something set up where Fury's going to come back.
No, it's like it's like Phil is cloned in like some secret laboratory, and like every time a Phil dies, they just like revive them, and he's like, "All right, my name is Phil. My name is Phil," and then just like do what they did in that Rooster Teeth short.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. That'd be pretty funny.
No, it's like Men in Black, the red pen thingy, except it does the opposite. They just imbue all the memories of one person into it.
Yeah.
Right.
These are the memories of the past 35 years of your life. Giant red flash.
So
That would be awesome, though.
that'd be pretty awesome. So Jason, please.
Oh no, I was waiting on you because, like, I'm trying to figure out what I want to say next for your next topic.
So, can't believe I almost didn't mention this. I must be a fiending ficus, which is a funny story I'll tell in the podcast maybe later, maybe never. We officially have our website up and running.
We do?
Yeah.
Oh, right, we do.
It's whatspentagram.webs.com, and it's going to stay that way until we get the cash influx we need, which will hopefully be coming soon, because the t-shirts I'm getting for marketing research are going to be in about a week, so I'll be able to find out whether or not we can make money off of that in about a week. But yeah, we have a website now. It's under construction, and because I'm really bad with the internet and stuff, and our editor, or the guy who's running the website, is out on a camping trip for the weekend, there's not going to be much on it. There's not going to be any additions, but eventually it'll be really cool. So, just wanted to mention that. Very cool. Wow, we're going through this a lot faster than I thought we would be.
Well, we don't have Colin, that's why.
Yeah, I guess Colin kind of slows us down a little.
Oh, let's not say that, but he doesn't slow us down. He makes the conversation more interesting. We're not really into it today.
I didn't mean it in an insulting way, Colin. Please take me back. Don't leave me.
Guys, I've got an idea.
Oh?
I have all the recordings we did. I can pull up Colin's voice and I can just play it like you said.
There's this one time where, in Dark Souls, I see these little symbol things and they summon people. I basically found a way for, like, me to not do any work, get all the money, or souls as they call it in the game, and just let everyone else do the work for me.
Oh?
And the game got less hard. Now, don't get me wrong, I like it because it helps with bosses, because the bosses, oh my god, they're so fucking annoying to fight. Oh, excuse my language.
Yeah, who cares?
I'm under that oath still, right? So I'm good.
No, it's the oath. We should quickly talk about that for a quick second.
Yeah, forget Dark Souls for a bit. We should probably talk about that now.
We made some of them sign a contract, or we'd like to make people sign a contract. It says that we're not responsible for what they say on the podcast. That doesn't mean, like, you have to censor yourself. It doesn't mean you have to. It means that...
Be careful what you say.
It means that we're not responsible for anything. Like,
Likewise.
Eric used some particularly foul language at towards the mother of a friend of his on the podcast, and we had to take that out. But if we, like, had left that in...
And don't forget the entire intro to Podcast 7.
Oh, yeah, well, we just deleted Podcast 7, so...
Wait, was that the one with me, Eric,
Nope.
you, AJ, and someone else was there?
I think it was
and
me. I think it was me, John.
It was Dylan, Colin, and Eric.
Yeah.
Oh, just those three?
John was in it too, but you can't. John doesn't talk, so.
He's just there for the fun. Anyways,
So.
so I guess this thing really came up because of Eric.
Yep, it's all his fault.
Does Eric even in podcasts anymore?
He was in a bit of the last podcast, I think.
Number 4, the one we did before, number 3.
He was over at H's house apparently the entire time, but he didn't say anything.
Are you kidding me?
Yep.
Yeah, he left like 5 minutes in.
Oh, he said he was there the whole time. Right, he's just an idiot. Alright, for that, I'm deleting all of his comments on the project page. No comments for you, Eric.
Anyways, I think I'm done with my spiel of Dark Souls. And I'm also hyped up for, I don't know if it's coming out yet, Destiny?
Oh, we're going to talk about Destiny. That's on the very long-ish list of things to talk about.
So I might as well talk it now since I brought it up. Any news on it?
They've been releasing, like, concept art for a couple months now. The release date, I think, is towards the end of the year. I don't know. Plot, I don't think they've really released, but they have released, a lot of... How do I put it? A lot of, like, they've released a lot of the guns, a lot of, like, the people and stuff, like, the concept art. It's,
But, if you had to give it a rating now because of all the hype and trailers, what would you give it, though, Dylan?
I haven't seen a lot of the trailers. From the trailers I've watched, I'd put it around 75%, just because some of the trailers I didn't like, some of the trailers I did like. And it is getting a lot of hype, which can be a good thing and can be a bad thing, too. A lot of games, they got a lot of hype.
Yeah, because if you get a lot of hype, you were expecting too much, probably.
Well, yeah, and, like, if you make a game that appeals to the masses, it's usually not as good as, a game that's really appealed to, like, one very specific genre of, like, people who, like a specific genre, but, like, it's not going to appeal to everyone, so it's not going to do as well in the market. But the ones that do are appealing to everyone, and everyone's different. So if you're appealing to the masses, your game's going to be different. Like, I feel like that's what Halo 4 did. It appealed to the masses, and that's why it was not up to par with the other games, along with the fact that 343 did it, not Bungie. That was a factor.
But Bungie, to be fair,
No,
I don't want to be like a 343 hater. I love them and all.
Nah, I hate them. Not afraid to say it.
I like them because Halo 4, in my opinion, was an okay game. It was okay. It's not as good as Reach, not as good as 3, because, well, apparently 3 is the best classic ever.
3's the best. 3 shut down movie theaters, so I'm with 3.
Anyways, Halo 4 was okay. It was okay. It's just Bungie, and I don't blame them for leaving. I really don't. I actually like the fact that they left so they can start something new. Something fresh, something out of their minds. Because Halo, for them, I guess, was being too much for them since a lot of people liked them doing it. And they wanted to get out because also 343 was being an idiot, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, Dylan.
I'm gonna explain why I hate 343 Industries, and it's not because of Halo 4. I disliked Halo 4. I didn't like Reach either. Reach was an okay game. I thought Halo 4 was an okay game too. I'd put for just below Reach. It's not the worst Halo game. It's not the best Halo game. The multiplayer was good. The campaign was not up to par with my expectations and the expectations of the fans. But that's excusable. Things I didn't like, mostly the Forward into Dawn series. That's where most of my anger comes from with 343, because they are taking over the Halo universe and they wanted to create a short, or like a short film that would like draw people into Halo 4, create hype, and like say, hey, look, we're not so bad after all. They went against, I think, 5 or 6 major points in the lore that, just from playing the game. No, well, not from playing the game. 5 or 6 major points in the lore. They just went against it blatantly. Like, there's a book. It's called Contact Harvest, and it explains the humans' first contact with the Covenant. And it's an amazing book, great book. Highly recommend it. Don't remember the author. It's from the perspective of Avery Johnson for the most part. But that explains how the humans have never encountered the Covenant before, and this is the first time. In the Forward into Dawn, they're still fighting the insurrectionists. They don't know what the Covenant are. At least that's the feel I got from it. I could be wrong in the way that they wanted to put it out there, but I felt the feeling I got from Forward into Dawn was they didn't know what the Covenant was, and they definitely didn't know what the Spartans were, and that's crap, because the Spartans were they weren't declassified by the point of Contact Harvest. They were declassified, I think, like a year into the war, I want to say. I'm talking around my ass for that. But, like the Marines and stuff, and I think they were trained to be ODSTs in the story. And they knew what the Spartans were. The ODSTs hate the Spartans. You got to know what it is in order to hate it. So, obviously, they know what it is. So they didn't know what Spartans were. They didn't know what the Covenant was. And at the end, they say that everyone on the planet is dead, and this is like the first contact with the Covenant. 1, the planet is not Harvest. Harvest had 1 small battalion defending it for like the entire invasion. 2, Harvest casualties were high, like ridiculous. Like it would be like losing the entirety of Russia, like the Asia and Europe. It would be like losing Asia and Europe, which is pretty bad. But a lot of people made it off of Harvest. There are other things I can go to, like smaller stuff, but they went against a good portion of the lore, and then they went against some of it in the game. They like set a new standard, and I guess they were trying to like maybe create a new universe or something. I don't know what they were going for with Forward into Dawn, and they went against some of that in 4. They went back to the original like canon and stuff. Which, pick a side, 343. Come on, make up your damn minds. Reinvent the lore. Don't reinvent it. Don't care. Just pick a side.
Yeah. Oh, what the?
So.
What?
What?
Hold on.
All right. AJ, you still here, right?
Yep.
Alec, you still here?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, take away.
You guys have been pretty quiet lately. I guess I had a
My
bit
mother's
of
been yelling at me about pricing issues on her end, so
I heard a bit of that.
I've been muted actually for most of this.
Oh,
No.
that's
Oh, Dylan, you're probably gonna have to send me like just the actual order of all like the Halo lore, because it's been on my list of things to read for well over 2 years now.
I'll rattle it off just now, like the books I know off the top of my head. You can read Halo Reach at any point, like the Reach series. It's a little complex to read it depending on which format you choose. There's a graphic novel, and there's the novels themselves. They make it sound like there's like one main novel, or maybe there's subsections to it, like chapters or parts that appear in the graphic novels. I'm not really sure, but there's like the whole Reach series that's I think by like the same author, and then there's you can buy a trilogy that none of the books are about like the same thing, but they're all like the same length and stuff. I think it's Contact Harvest, Cold Protocol, and what's it called? Ghosts of Onyx. So that's that's a trilogy that you should read together, because they take place. I think it takes place in that order. Like it takes place over the course, like basically the entire war, but like in that order, Cole Protocol being the middle, Contact Harvest being obviously first. There's a series that spawns or spins off of the Ghosts of Onyx. That's the Kilo 6 Squad trilogy, I want to say, yeah. And that would be Glasslands, The Thursday War, and Mortal Dictata. And that's a very interesting series. It's about after the war and how we got to be like at war with the Covenant again, even though the series, I feel like it's not complete. They don't bridge the gap completely. There's a small chunk, a small, pretty vital chunk where it explains how Julim Dama, leader of the Covenant now, or the elite army, rises to power and how they get so many goddamn ships. Because they make it very clear at the end of the war, the Covenant's like a chicken without its head. It doesn't have any ships. It has nothing. It's gone, basically. It's disbanded, and they're at war with each other, the little alien races, and the elites are at war with each other. It's very interesting, the politics behind it, sabotage, military strategy. It's very, very cool. Halo Evolutions? That would be, it's like a collection of short stories. It gives some pretty interesting, like, the Cole Protocol. It's not about Admiral Cole at all. It's about Keyes, actually. But they reference the Cole Protocol several times over the course of the book, which is written by Admiral Cole. It's probably the most famous piece of like literature in the Halo lore that people know, because it's referenced pretty often. Admiral Cole is referenced often, and it gives his life, like it's his life story, and that was a pretty interesting read. There were a couple other smaller stories about like Spartan teams. The Mona Lisa, many people know that as an animated thing 343 did. That's in there, the book, a short story about the Mona Lisa. There's another one about a pair of Spartans who go around their demo squad. And then there's I wouldn't say backstory, but the rookie in ODST, the guy you play as, there's a short story. He's in it. It's not really about him. It's about another guy, but he's like in it. I don't know. I thought it was cool. There's a lot of like really good stories that spawn out of that. I think that's...
Oh, speaking of the rookie, I have a question.
Go ahead.
So when they found the engineer, I don't get it. Like, why did the engineer go with the rookie and what's her face?
Dare?
Yeah, I don't get why that happened.
Because the engineer absorbed the superintendent into itself when it was repairing the superintendent systems, and the Covenant was trying to kill it, so it went with humans. That's
so then it sided with the humans so that it can give all the information and stuff, I guess?
Yeah, like a bunch of engineers like sacrificed themselves to get the harness off of it. I think like 5 or 6, maybe, I want to say. I'm completely talking out of my ass here. But,
oh yeah, I remember some of the engineers during that one scene died.
Yeah. That's, I know what you're talking about. I don't think that's the same scene, but yeah, like a bunch of engineers got sacrificed and stuff to like get the harness off. And they wear the reason the engineers explode is because they wear these bomb harnesses the brutes make them wear, and they say it's for their safety and shit. And when the engineer like absorbs the superintendent's data, it realizes that he doesn't need to wear that harness. The humans are on the losing side of the war, and that we're not as bad as the Covenant make us out to be. Like
so basically, he's kind of the revolutionary starter for them.
Yeah, it's a shame they like can't send information like a cell phone to each other.
Yeah, if I can jump in here, the engineers, it's pretty obvious. Really, just by playing through ODST, you can tell that they're being held against their will pretty much, because when you shoot it, it explodes. Nothing is supposed to do that.
Yeah.
The only time that happens with something is when it's being held there against its will. Well, I mean, I'm sure that I already thought of a counterexample for that. Like, they're not running into you trying to kill themselves.
Yeah. No,
so it's like they're dying upon your initiative, not theirs.
That's a grunt's job, don't worry. It's okay. Let the grunt commit suicide.
Grunt?
Yeah.
It's just
suicide.
No one cares.
He's not,
grunt.
There's in ODST, there's I think you have. Oh, I know for a fact you have to do it on 2 separate playthroughs. There's one for killing all the engineers you see, and I think it's called like Xenophobe.
It's Naughty, and then the other one is
It's Good Samaritan. That one I remember for a fact. It's Good Samaritan, and it's don't kill any of them.
Yeah, that's not hard to do. Like, it's really easy to go through the entire Mombasa Streets campaign and not kill a single engineer. It's a pain in the ass to kill 10 engineers, because you have to do it separately in Mombasa streets, and you have to set the game to easy, and you gotta like really go around and find the correct weapons, and you gotta find them. They're all hidden all over the city. It's a pain in the ass. You have to have the whole city unlocked in order to do it too.
I mean, like, what my friends and I would do is, like, we didn't... Yes, we played the campaign all the way through. We played Secret Agent, man. We got, like, our first cash. We hopped onto a mongoose, started, like, humming out the Secret Agent Man song and driving around like assholes.
So basically, you tried to run over one.
No, we didn't try and run it over, but I mean, we just drive around until we found something.
Yeah.
Usually got our asses kicked if we were just driving around not looking. That happened a few times. We just weren't looking at our screen and we'd actually, like, hit a brute. We got our pancakes flipped.
Oh, that happened.
There's, I think, 4 or 5 squads of jackal snipers throughout the city. I think there's 2 pairs of hunters at, like, different ends. And if you can find it, there's either I think there's a ghost at some point. Like, if you're there long enough, either a phantom will drop down a grunt in a ghost, and then you can kill the grunt, or there's a ghost hidden in, like, one of the side streets. And that'll definitely help.
I think it's a side street.
Yeah, it might be both. I only encountered it once, and I think I got blown up pretty quickly in it. Like, it was a pretty big magnet for bullets.
You know, the fun things to do in Halo ODST, look for hunters. I mean, you're going to take a long time finding them, but if you find them, look for hunters, box, melee only. Just go for it.
That's a terrible idea, though. You can die.
I've done that before. It's usually not because for fun, usually because I ran out of ammo, but
I showed that hunter who was boss. That and my friend ran around it with a rocket launcher, but I showed it who was boss.
Oh my god.
Very funny. So, back from when we were doing the older podcast, and we were about, like, when we did podcast 1, that was originally going to be, like, podcast 9. So, so we had, or that was going to be podcast 8 or something. So, when we had the list for topics to talk about on podcast 9, we had some pretty interesting ones. I'm just going to read these aloud. Fitness monitors Fitbit, or Fitbit, something like that. I want to talk about that, but just look it up. It's pretty cool. It's like a waterproof thing. Doesn't tell you the time, but it monitors heart rate, sleeping patterns, and walking, of course. And if you get a bunch of people to, like, get Fitbits with you, they're about $100 a piece. If you get a bunch of them and, like, you all get on, like, the same group, you can get I hear you get very competitive with it. Like, it's an extra reason to, like, exercise or, like, walk extra miles. Like that. I thought that was cool. BPA, I wanted to talk about that, just stuff I don't want to talk about anymore because I'm lazy. We'll talk about that again in the future.
I'm going to be muted. I have to go drive out and do some things. I'm going to be muted while I'm driving. Just when I'm not driving, I'll probably just jump in.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
So we had one, Nick, I think, or Nick. Either Colin brought this up because he was talking about Nick, or you, Jason, brought it up. What is lard? Was that you? Did you ask us what lard was?
No.
All right.
Must have been Colin.
Yeah, it must have been Colin talking about Nick. We had a pretty interesting discussion after the podcast about what lard is, and I wanted to put it in the list of things we're going to talk about. Lard is like animal fat and stuff.
It's not only animal fat. Isn't it also human fat there, too?
No, that's disgusting.
Oh, I thought it was also human fat, too.
That's disgusting. If it is in lard, I don't want to know about it. I don't want to have food.
I don't want any part of it. I don't want to know about it. Hell, I don't even want to see it.
Lard's pretty bad for your health.
Mm-hmm.
It's like really bad butter. Bieber arrest. Justin Bieber got arrested a lot. AJ,
again?
Comment on that?
Well, I thought he was getting deported already. Everyone signed a petition for that shit.
AJ, any thoughts?
I don't like him.
I dislike him greatly myself.
Well, I mean, they made a justified reason why to deport him, and it's actually true. Let me go find the petition first. Hold on.
I sincerely doubt a petition is going to get somebody deported. I sincerely doubt that, especially someone who's as popular as Justin Bieber. Now, you might argue...
I'm surprised how many people actually want him deported.
Now, you might argue Justin Bieber's not that popular, especially based on this petition, but think about it, right? We're talking about him right now. Every time somebody talks about him, he's getting publicity and press. Now, that might not be good publicity or press, but it's still publicity and press. People know his name. When you say, oh, Justin Bieber got arrested again, you're not like, who? You're like, oh, that asshole. Why did he get arrested again? Like, what's wrong with him? Doesn't he know not to drive, like, over 100 miles an hour or something? Like, people know him. He's pretty popular.
Yeah, I know, but here, this is what the petition reasoning was.
Uh-huh.
Here, I wrote it down. It's, let me say it. We, the people of the United States, feel that we are being wrongly represented in the world of pop culture. We would like to see the dangerous, reckless, destructive, and drug-abusing Justin Bieber deported and his green card revoked. He is not only threatening the safety of our people, but he's also a terrible influence on our nation's youth. We, the people, would like to remove Justin Bieber from our society.
I have a counterpoint immediately with this. Who did we lose?
Hmm?
Oh, never mind. We lost to Alec, I think. AJ, you're still here, right?
Yep.
Alright, the Skype says we have a problem with the call, but that's probably just Alec. So, I already have a counterpoint for this. Pop music, which I don't listen to because most of it's crap anyway. Like, that's why I don't complain about Justin Bieber a lot. It's because I don't listen to his stuff. I know who he is. I know he gets arrested apparently a lot recently, and he's trying to look like a thug. It makes me think he's stupid. But I don't listen to pop music. I think that stuff is already a bad representation of taste in music. But, you know, like, people like... Eminem's a bad choice, but he's the first one that pops into mind. Let me see if I don't know any pop music or rappers or anything, but, like, those types of people are not good influences on our nation's youth. And even if we deport Justin Bieber, who's not even from this country, people who are from our country and making this music, what about Miley Cyrus? She's a horrible influence on our nation's youth. Nobody's saying that we should throw her to or send her to Hawaii or something.
That's true.
Like, we're not going after anybody else. We're just going after Justin Bieber because I don't even know. I don't even know why we're going after Justin Bieber. I guess because he's an easy target. Kind of like why the internet goes after Scientology, because they don't have a strong support on the internet, and the internet sees that as an advantage, and they go after it. And that's a pretty good segue
So
into...
basically it's just a scapegoat.
Yeah, Justin Bieber's like a scapegoat for all, like, the anger with pop artists and stuff. And... you know, I agree. He should definitely have a stern talking to, and he should definitely be told to stop doing all this stupid stuff. But he wasn't representing, like, he's not an influence on me, and he's not representing, like, my taste in music. He's representing, in my opinion, he kind of epitomizes, like, what that genre of music is. It's about, like, going really fast and doing drugs and looking like a thug. Like, that's kind of the objective.
I see where you're going with this. It's just, it's not always like that.
But that's the stereotypical view of it, and he's just helping that. Even if we take him out, the stereotypical view of that isn't going to change. And it's not like he caused it to be that. He's just...
Influence.
It's not even that. It's the news and newspapers and stuff. I hesitate to say the news because a lot of the TV news doesn't actually report real news, as shown by this whole Justin Bieber thing. They're reporting on this because, I don't know, because he's popular. And therefore, they're going to report on it so that way they get more views and stuff like, oh, this news channel's reporting about Justin Bieber, let me go watch this. And he's driving around really fast in a car and allegedly doing drugs and stuff, so they're not going to say he's doing a great job. They're going to go after him. And as a result, lots of people are like, hey, let's go after him in more ways than one. Let's get him kicked out of the country. People are misrepresenting the news or the press he's getting and misinterpreting it. And the press he's getting is just a way to expand markets and, I don't know, a way to boost his music. It's not because... I don't think it's because he's a bad person. I'm sure he's a lovely human being who can't sing.
Actually... I'm gonna have to counterpoint you there. See, this doesn't show me this yesterday. There was a video where Justin Bieber apparently was doing an interview.
Uh-huh.
And then he thrashed out on the interviewers because they were just peeping too much inside. But they weren't doing as much as he would think it was.
Hey, Jason, where was this interview found? Where would this interview be on?
Well, for one thing, it's on YouTube, definitely.
The news. That's news, right?
Well, not only that, but it was also on Instagram, Twitter, and a lot of other places as well.
Well, the point I'm trying to make is that even if, like, let's say this is bad press, it's still press for him. It's still like you know about this, right? That's why like you're complaining. Whereas people are like, oh, Justin Bieber complained. Like what? Who's that? Why did he complain? What did he complain about? Like what did he say? Like he's just generating more hype for himself. And the news is helping him out by prying into his life, giving him an opportunity to lash out at them. And that's their own damn fault. And if they're complaining about it, then that's too bad. That's their own damn fault.
Yeah. Yeah. You speak the truth.
Vamp for a quick second. Vamp.
What? So, anyways,
Yeah, sorry. I got like a throat.
Well, meanwhile, while we're waiting for Dylan, you want to talk about Pokemon?
Yes.
Okay, so I've been recently looking around, and apparently there's this there's been Deontay, right?
Yeah.
Apparently, this Pokemon here is supposed to be really good, and it's level 100 once you get it. Now, I've been hearing that you can't breed it, but there's been also talk about you can breed it. I don't know. So, what do you think about it?
Not really sure. I haven't heard much about it. All I know is it's probably going to be kind of a rock fairy.
Well, that's really about it. Is that really all we know about it?
That's all I know about it.
That's really upsetting. That's actually really upsetting now that I think about it.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I had to go answer the phone. 'Cause the phone, it was ringing. There was an animal in trouble.
Ringing.
There was an animal, and it was in trouble. This podcast brought to you by Talking Animals, who save other talking animals. Very weird.
Yay, talking animals.
Woo!
Wow.
That was my really bad impression of Colin's signature insanity.
Signature insanity.
Okay. So we've been going for 48 minutes now. So after editing, it's probably going to be closer to like 40.
Yup.
We have got some pretty bad stuff to...
Damn, this is a slow day for us, huh?
We got a lot of stuff to do, like, after this, actually. Alec, are you there?
Oh.
No, he's not.
Alright, well, I'll have to ask him, because I need Leona to draw up the logo for us, hopefully today.
Oh, I thought you were going to let Colin do that.
Colin is doing it. She's going to digitalize it.
Oh.
And we need that done soon. We've been going out without a logo for a while now.
Ah.
So, balance. Alright, so, I'm going to start, wrapping up, heading towards the end, as sad as it is.
So what are we going to end it with, dude?
We're not going to end it yet. I'm just going to start wrapping it up. So we did talk about Bieber arrests, finally, even though that was, from 3 months ago, something like that.
3 months ago, yeah.
Yeah. Here's a good question. Google, tracks your, the websites you're on, it tracks your search history.
Did I tell you, or did you see my thing on Facebook?
No.
Okay, so, I don't know if you saw this, so I posted, one thing is saying, why do I keep getting, Spanish ads and, Japanese ads?
Oh, I saw this.
Oh, so, and then you read the comments, right?
Yeah.
So then, I realized something. Google is actually looking at what I want, what I, search up. So I go to, what my search history on Google. I get why now. Because I used to, look for, El Destinos, whatever, because of middle school. I had to watch the show, so I was just, looking it up, really. And, apparently, also because I watch a lot of anime. Now I'm just you're kidding me, right? So, there you have it. That's my spiel right there.
So based on that, do you think Google's too invasive in our lives? Because it does keep track of, everything. Is it keeping track of too much?
It is, and it's kind of getting on my nerves. Because I feel like they're trying to get more people. They're trying to get more ads in for people to watch so that they could get paid more. And it's kind of making me mad since I don't care about the commercials really, even though that's what they get paid for it and stuff. I know that, but I still really don't care about them, and they still show.
Google's best invention was the skip button.
Yeah, I know, but some of them don't have skip buttons, and I have to go through it. I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah, I know.
So that's my take. Anything on your side, Dylan, with that kind of thing?
I'm sorry. I'm looking at TuneCore stuff for us. All right. So when I was told it would take $20 to set us up, these are for song. I don't know. Sorry. I think Google's a little too invasive. Maybe not. I understand why, but I think they could back off a little or make it a little less obvious at the very least. Like if I didn't know that they were doing it, I would not care. But I was told, so I do care.
Now you have to care.
Yeah, I'm not going to just... Well, I don't use Google anymore, I use Bing.
Apparently everyone uses Bing.
Bing's pretty good. I like how... Because I
Funny
signed...
story.
Oh?
If you go to Bing and you type in Google and you mouse over it, it'll say, "Don't be mean."
Are you serious? I'm going to do that right now, because
I'm doing that too.
Everyone's going to race to see who can do it first.
Alright, enter it in Bing, go to Google, go over it.
I got nothing popping up.
Oh, I have a Bing account. What?
Do you have a Microsoft account?
I think I do.
Yep, you have a Bing account. Congratulations. Not when I mouse over it, nothing pops up.
Yeah. Maybe I was lying, dude.
No, wait, mouse over the picture of Google. It'll say, "Don't be evil."
I don't see a picture of Google.
Ah!
Do I have to go to images?
Oh, I got a screenshot.
No, go to web, just type in google.com.
Oh, .com. I had a just regular google.com.
I wish I could screenshot.
Oh, I
this,
see
though.
it.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
be...
fun.
Wow, I am screenshotting it right now. Print screen. AJ, I'm going to send this to you over Skype so we can...
Don't be evil. That's hilarious.
Oh, I'm going to have to... Alright, this is going to be an add file type thing. Send file. Alright, so I think Google could back off.
They could, but they don't want to.
They're probably not going to, so, like... I don't know. Do I really need to complain about it? No. Nah. Nah. But, you know, I am going to choose to... I don't really complain about stuff like that. You know, like with the NSA, Facebook does it, you know, like, a lot of people do it, so... Google's just another face in the crowd as far as I'm concerned, and it's... I don't know. It's not worth complaining about. So,
I saw it. I'm just like dying right there. Edit the name out. Just keep the picture though. I want to see how many people know where that's from.
Alright, Jason.
I
I'm
know
gonna
you're
add
going to
you.
yell at me for this, Jason, but it looks like Kaito the Vocaloid.
Son of a bitch! AJ! It's Imuda from Kill la Kill! No one? No? Am I the only one that likes Kill la
Nope,
Kill?
I don't
Okay.
watch anime.
No one watches anime anymore.
And that's a pretty bold statement
I do.
in this day and age.
It's Kill la Kill. It's Kill la Kill.
Alright, Jason, I invited you to join Bing Rewards. I'm sure the audience is just thrilled by this. So,
Being what now?
Bing Rewards. So, we've got two more things to talk about, and, we're not going to get to one of them because we're going to go over in about a minute.
What is that topic anyway? Maybe we can do it quickly.
Nah, it's not going to be quickly, trust me.
Oh, what is it?
I'm going to save it because otherwise we're going to go into it. Tune in next week if you want to find out what that random-ass topic was.
So
Yeah.
bye!
No, we're not leaving.
Oh, I thought we were.
I said we're going to end on a high note. High note is not talking about next week's podcast. High note is Colin doesn't explain sports because he's not here. So I'm going to explain a sport.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
boy.
Can we also intervene? Might as well.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, we might as well.
I love the vote of confidence I got.
Well, I want to also be
It's
in
just
this.
you have very unique opinions on things, Dylan.
I was gonna pick something I knew how to like play and stuff that Colin probably doesn't. I think I'm gonna go with Slugby.
Slugby?
Yeah, because I know Colin's not gonna know what that is. So, and that's not a real sport.
Well, neither do I.
Now Slugby. You see, you take a guy, you put him in the middle of the room, and the guy he's standing there, and you take some rope and you put it above him and you attach it to the ceiling, and you put a clock on one of the ends of the rope, and you put a pot on the other end, and you put the pot and the clock at other opposite ends of the room,
Oh, I see where this is
and you let it go and hit the guy straight in the face. Ow!
Ow,
And boy, he has been slugged, not by a bee.
Any particular reason why you're talking like walking?
Because I wanted to try out my Christopher Walken impression. I need it for this summer. We might do a podcast in the future where we all do celebrity impressions. I wanted to see if I could pull off Christopher Walken. I think I
Oh,
might be able
God.
to do it. This is the podcast. No, can't do it.
Alright, AJ, you need to go.
What? Why does AJ
You
need
just
to
sent
go?
me a Vocaloid picture. I'm like, oh, what is it? Oh, you need to go.
Well, that's
I don't
just-
need to go. I'm just proving my point. It totally looks like Kaito.
No, it doesn't. Oh my
The
God,
audience
you're
cannot
it.
see your image, and this has been a very Slug B. It's a way to injure your pets and or friends and or family.
How
what-
is that a sport though?
How do you? It's from a comic. What happens if you Google/Bing Slugby?
Huh?
I just
Slugby.
looked on Google Images, and the only thing that comes up is like a fake Pokemon.
Yeah, I got a fake Pokemon too. Let's see. Add Get Fuzzy to it. Let's see what that gives. Get Fuzzy. Shout out to Get Fuzzy, the comic. Nope. All right.
Now I see a Cubone.
Huh?
It might be spelled Slugby with like a B and E at the end. I might be spelling it wrong. I don't remember how he spelled it. Yeah, it's never gonna work. Oh well. So, I don't know. Buy all of his books and look for it. Alright, we've been going for a while. It's a shame Alec couldn't come back. But, we need to move on to the project. Oh, so secretive. The project. What is it? I don't know. Goodbye, audience. Anybody else gonna say goodbye to the
Oh,
audience?
bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
I guess.
So guys, the secret project